Fine, I can join the cool kids club.
I thought I'd start the show with a little bit of a bang this week. I actually had that primed and ready to go yesterday, but Matt was on the phone all day long, so he didn't get a chance to join us. But he's here today. Him and
Finally.
Hudson and Andrew.
Welcome
Gentlemen,
back.
what's up? Yeah, dude, I had that primed and ready, and as soon as I put it on YouTube, we are going to get DMAC'd into the ground. Guaranteed.
Oh, well.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't
Worth
care.
it. Worth it.
Don't care. Don't care. Come after me for copyrights. I mean, you're going to get probably like $20, maybe.
I mean,
You know,
just like in American Pie, Steve gets threatened to get sued. He goes, "I ain't worth jack shit."
yeah, come after me. I ain't worth anything. But anyway, we're back. It's I think we're still on the 2-week schedule. I think we're doing pretty good. This is actually like a record. We're back. We just completed our delightful Excelsior Springs weekend. We're going to recap that here in just a second. There's also been some stuff in between that has gone on, but first and foremost, how are we doing today? And I know it's actually today's a short week too, because we leave for Annbriar on Thursday, which we will also talk about later on in the show. We'll give a little bit of our preview. Matt here has something that he wanted to talk about, some kind of bet, I guess. But we'll let Matt divulge that information a little bit later.
I honestly forgot about that until you just.
Yeah, I know, and I remembered it because that's what the I don't want
agenda's for.
I don't want to add labels, but the host does is he remembers things. And I remember Matt was very avid about, let's you guys ready to record? I got a good one for this show because me and Jake made a bet. And he wouldn't tell us what the bet was. So
see, if we put it on the podcast, it's officially a bet. So
it is officially a bet. If it's on the podcast, it's officially a bet.
Hashtag not sponsored by DraftKings.
Hashtag not sponsored by DraftKings, FanDuel, ESPN Bet. Any of those. We're just not. We don't have any sponsors actually.
Well, this show is brought to you by Buc-ee's.
No, it's not. Buc-ee's, if you're listening, it's not brought to you by Buc-ee's. They've done nothing for us. I've never even visited a Buc-ee's.
It's great.
It's
is
beautiful.
It? Everybody.
It's great.
It's like everybody who's been to a Dollar General, like, says you have to go to Buc-ee's. Like, if you're a regular at Dollar General, you go to Buc-ee's. Right?
Oh, dude, they have some really good barbecue at Buc-ee's. They have brisket, pulled pork,
and
brisket
striking
on the
that
board.
from the record. Gonna go ahead and just hold on. I'm deleting what you just said because we can't have that in here. But anyway, guys, let's talk about what's been happening. Give a little recap from the. Well, let's first talk. Let's just go chronological order here. Let's talk about Memorial Day weekend. Matt took a trip. Was it Memorial Day weekend you were in Memphis, or was that LaSalle? No, LaSalle was this weekend, wasn't it?
LaSalle was Friday,
this is this past weekend.
You didn't go anywhere Memorial Day weekend, did you?
Memphis was.
I think that was the weekend before because we were talking about it on the last one.
Yeah.
We talked about the air thickness with all the weather that came through and all that fun stuff.
Yep.
Last weekend was Memorial Day. We didn't really have anything going on. I played Creekmore on Monday morning, and it is in 100% Creekmore shape.
Well, we played Stone Canyon, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. You guys played Stone on that.
No,
Monday
we had the Sycamore Ridge.
Oh, that's right, the Stableford. Yeah, there we go. Boom.
That I photographed.
I did do something
that
weekend.
Knew it. Go ahead.
I knew we were somewhere.
Well, Sycamore weekend, I won the Sycamore Stableford for Division 2.
Great. Let's move forward. I'm just kidding.
That was exciting because going into 18, I was playing pretty all right, but I didn't think I was going to be in a Stableford format. I've never played one before. So
for those of you listening that aren't aware of what a Stableford is, Stableford, however you want to pronounce it, essentially your pars, eagles, birdies, bogeys are all giving a numerical value from what was it? What did they have it as? Bogey is 0.
No, bogey was bogey still.
Bogey was a point.
Yeah, bogey was 1, par was 2.
Par was 2.
Birdie 3, eagle 4.
So we do one similar. We do one similar in the 72 tournament we're playing, but it's all net. Modified being that it's not like a regular Stableford where par is actually 0.
Yeah.
So like what ours that we do, our net score is counted toward. It's a net Stableford, so it's modified, but net par is 0, net birdie is 1, and so on and so forth. So essentially, being a
Right.
I think I'm going into it with a 9 handicap this year, and it's gonna suck.
Well,
So just
good thing. Good thing you're getting better.
take advantage of the hardest holes in the course. Well, back to back rounds at Falcon's gonna be rough, but we make it through.
Falcon's a good course to score wrong.
The Saturday and Sunday at Creekmore really make up for it because those are like those. I will say that really sets everything aside. I kind of like, to me, I kind of think APT should make the season ending at Creekmore because that is like the top course. That is the one that would decide it all because that's a make or break course really. But anyway, sorry, I didn't want to derail, but Matt, go for it. You were talking about your Stableford performance.
Well, I'd never played one before, so I didn't know like points wise where I was gonna be sitting. But I was like, because technically score doesn't really matter because the most you can lose is 1 point.
Yep.
So I was like, it's almost like match play, kinda. It's like match play, stroke play. But so I was like going into 18, I was like, I didn't really like. I was like, technically score doesn't matter, but if you shoot the best score, theoretically you should win in a Stableford, right?
Theoretically,
So I was like, I was still trying to I was just playing extra aggressive because I knew I could only lose 1 point a hole. So it was like, because it wasn't
smart.
stroke play.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was playing a little extra aggressive when we got to 18. And I was like, I'm just going to look at the leaderboard. And I was like, we're pulling up to the tee box because we were sitting there waiting. And I was like, we pulled up the leaderboard and I was like, oh shit, I'm tied for first. And
there's a decent like 3-way tie for first heading into
and
it.
there's still there's like 3 groups behind us still, I think. And so I was like, the guy I was tied for first with had already finished. So I parred 18, which gave me 2 points. Which I think put me at, I think I was at like 30.
Yeah, 30.
30 or 31. And ended up coming, it was coming down to the wire. I thought we were going to have a playoff. And then the guy who, all he had to do was par 18, he bogeyed, I think. So I ended up winning by 1.
Nice.
So, but it was,
yeah, I was following on the app. We had
probably
come back.
the worst par I've ever made on 18 at Sycamore.
Doesn't matter. Par's a par.
Exactly. I was like, I'll take a par, but I was just like absolutely smoke a drive. I had like 120 in.
Let me give you some philosophical advice here, and it came from one of the greatest minds of our generation. Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning.
Okay, then.
But it was like, it would have been a lot less stressful if I would have made a birdie. But I was like, so I had 120 into 18, and literally so my miss on 18 is the second shot always goes right into the water every single time I play that stupid hole. And so I think mentally I had the ball below my feet, so it was going to squirt right. So I pulled the poop out of it, flubbed a flop shot, hit a really good flop shot, and then 1 putter for par.
There really isn't a good miss on that hole because if you go right, you're water. You go long, you're on a gravel road down towards the delightful, shack down at the bottom. And if you go left, you're cart path, and then there's a hill that goes up to the first hole.
Yeah, and so I just kind of flubbed my way into a par on 18, and then ended up winning, so that was cool.
Fantastic.
Mr. Andrew took some fantastic pictures.
Shit,
he did, dude. I saw those pictures. They look great.
I think at the end of the day, I took almost 4,000 photos.
Good Lord.
And whittled it. I think it was 3,910 maybe, and I whittled it down to 250.
Oh,
and then
wow.
my buddy Tad, he took just over 500 or 600 photos on the first tee. And somebody in the first group almost smacked him with the fucking ball.
Well, your photos grabbed some attention too. Your photos grabbed some attention too because I believe was it Chris out in St. Louis reached out to you?
Mr.
Minder reached out to you about
Mr. Minder himself.
That's great. Yep. I mean, are you taking him up on that? Or are you planning on going?
Oh yeah,
you're going to go.
Originally, it was supposed to be this weekend at Ambrier, but I've already got prior commitments.
Yeah, that's a little too.
Can't take off Friday.
Even when
for
you
work
said that, I was like, that's a little.
That's too quick for me to adjust the work schedule.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
So we agreed to do it at the Independence Open in Branson.
Haynes Valley, nice, fantastic, dude. That'll be really good. I mean, are you bringing support with you,
I have no idea.
or just you with a camera?
Could just be me with a camera.
Fantastic, dude. That's
One
great.
day,
That's fantastic.
one of the days I'll
though.
probably, if it's just me, one of the days I'll just hop on a cart and drive around all day. The next day, like at Paynes Valley, get the opening tee shots on then, and then maybe drive around or something like that. But
good deal. That's a good deal. I mean, hey, that speaks volumes. I mean, if you know your work got put out there and they loved it, I mean, that's fantastic, man.
I can't complain.
Tad
was pretty pumped about it because he's never shot a golf tournament or anything.
What's up?
Do what?
That's back-to-back weekends for the pod squad.
Oh yeah.
Pod squad. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Matt won last weekend. I won this weekend. So now, Chris, it's your turn.
That was my third one of the year. So then Andrew wins, and then now we need Chris to win.
I'm only good for top fives. I'm only good for top fives this year.
Brandon
so
needs
far.
to stop sucking. So apparently, I'm only good for top twos.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what you happened to you this weekend was you faced
Brandon.
what I faced all of my career in Division 4, and that is when I'm shooting the best round of my life, somebody else is shooting the best round of their life, and it gets wiped. Like
props to Zach though. Zach had a fucking
so
hell of a
many
day.
second and third places.
It wasn't even like the best round of my life kind of day. Like I was just
it was just a consistent round,
very consistently. It was just rip driver, hit a wedge, make a putt. Rip driver, hit a wedge, make a putt. It was just like that was my whole day, and it was just like, Brandon freaking jinxed it on Saturday.
Dude, he jinxed it. He jinxed it. Yeah. He jinxed it on Sunday
so
too.
Hard.
He jinxed it on Sunday too.
Literally, Saturday we're leaving the golf course. Brandon goes, all Matt needs tomorrow is someone not to have a career day.
Yep.
Dude, I told him to shut up on the first hole. Or I told him to shut up on hole 10. I told him he needed to shut up. And he jinxed our entire round at 10. But, I mean, enough about us. I mean, we got Division 5 champion here. Run us through your day.
Well, it was yesterday.
You did yesterday while we were waiting on Matt for, because we were supposed to do this yesterday. And me and Andrew were talking. I'm like, dude, he's literally going through everything he should be saying on the podcast. Yeah. So, but no, we're going to do it now. Now you're just going to repeat yourself.
That's fine. I would do it anyways. But it was a good day. Back felt good leading up to the week. And then Saturday, I was just going to go out and just swing because I hadn't swung since Matt and I played Stone Canyon last. So beginning of the month, beginning of May or something.
So it'd been a hot minute.
It's too long. And we end up doing a practice round on Saturday out there. And I can't remember if I birdie or a part hole one, but no, I tripled hole one on Saturday. I was like, well, that's how this course is going to fucking go. And ended up shooting a 49 on the front on Saturday. I was like, as long as I can get close to 90, I should be fine. I'll be happy with today, all that shit. Ended up firing a 43 on the back nine to shoot a 92. And me, Matt, and Brandon were talking. I was like, and D5 at this course, a low 90 is going to take it. Like, it's with the way the greens are, because those pins are nasty.
Those pin placements were were not.
I saw some pin placements.
They weren't as bad as years before.
There were a few that were a little suspect.
There's a couple that I saw that were like, I've never seen the pin even close, like remotely in that area.
Yeah.
Other than when we
I think what was it? What was it? It was one. I think it was hole 2. The one where you gotta go over the water, like lay up and go over the water. And
I chipped in on that one. I chipped in on something on that one.
That one was top left corner, and it was like on an angle a little bit.
I chipped in for bogey.
Yeah,
saved my bogey there. But Sunday I got there early. Wanted to warm up a little bit, but just so I could get a parking spot too, because I didn't want to fool with that trying to get up there.
Yeah, you parked right next to me. I was listening to a music video, and I can hear the monstrosity roll up.
You're fine. You didn't die.
I was. I still heard the music video. We're good.
We get ready to start playing, and it starts raining. I'm like, well, this is going to be a fucking great round. And I go off in par number 1. I was like, all right, we're good. Hole number 2, my tee shot went straight into the thick shit right off the tee. So I was already fucking dropping one. And then I lay up just short left of the green and then hole out for to save the bogey. I was like, well, it could be that kind of day. Fast forward to hole 9, I'm like, I could tell by my score I was doing all right. Like, I think going into 9, I was at like a.
This man.
Well, hold on. Hold on.
So angry.
Hold the fuck on. It's my fucking story. You fucking jackass.
Take all the time you need.
I know. I am. He gets bragging about all this shit all the time. So, hole 9, I hit a great tee shot down the left side, just like I did on Saturday, but not dead straight. I actually slides it back into the fucking fairway. And I was like, you know what? I'm like 2-something. I was like, I'm gonna take this 3-wood and just nut it up there and try and get close so I can chip on and hopefully get a birdie putt or something. I just hauls a rocky the shit out of it into the fucking tall shit over on the right side of the fairway. I'm like, well, I guess I'm just dropping here. Proceeded to fucking triple out on a fucking par 5. And I hadn't checked the leaderboard at all at this point. I just knew where my score was. I knew I went out and shot a 46. I was like, that's not terrible, but I was like, I knew some of the guys in D5 can do about the same. I was like, Matt, do I have a chance? Just asking. He goes, well, you're 3 up. I'm like, well, I just tripled that. He goes, well, then you're tied. I'm like, fucking great.
Still got golf to play, man. You can't. And then 9 holes. Anything could happen in 9 holes.
And then
shouldn't have asked.
The funny thing was, as I'm pulling up,
he's not gonna lie to you. The man doesn't lie.
Hell, as I'm coming out of the clubhouse with my wrap and a drink, old Cliff is over there. You fucking sandbagger! I swear, if you come up on 18, you're 4 shots up. Don't you fucking be up there just tripling out and all that, so you don't make it worse.
It's because he's threatened. He's threatened that somebody else has entered his division.
No, this is Suncliffe.
Who?
Cliff.
Big Cliff.
Oh, I thought you meant Cliff Austin.
I did.
His son, that's what I'm saying.
I thought you were talking about the dad.
I know there's 2. Dad. Isn't it Dad?
Was in my car? Yes. No,
yeah.
The son was.
Oh, well, he was probably up there snorting protein.
Could be. He was over there with Matt.
Cliff, if you're listening, please don't kill me.
He's on his cut right now.
But
he's on his cut right now, trying to figure out how to hit it farther than I can.
He's what?
He's on his cut right now, trying to figure out how to hit it farther because he has all those muscles and can't swing a golf club.
But basically, going into
alligators are on me because I got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
But coming out of there, we were joking around. I was like, Cliff, I'm just gonna play my game and do what I need to. And I go to hold 10, and for some reason, they had us all the way fuck up there.
Well, 10.
Yeah.
Oh, they had you down on the ladies too?
Yeah. No, not one behind them, but yes. From that far, yeah. And I go up and fucking par it. I was like, all right. I somehow hit a 60 shot that I thought was going to be long, and it came up to about 7 feet, and then say par. And then proceed to go bogey, and I doubled 15 and 16. I was like, well, at this point, I didn't think I was playing that well to even be in contention. I was like, in the 16, I was like, I'm going to take a look to see what the leaderboard's at, just to fucking see.
Gotta take a peek.
I was tied for second with another guy in my group, and then Cliff's dad was just a couple shots behind us. And the guy leading was in the last group, and he hadn't put a score in since like hole 13. I was like, I don't know how they're doing, but I was like, I could ideally finish par and shoot a 91, which is the goal was to break 90, but I'll take 2 off that. And at 17, hit a great tee shot. 3 hybrid went to that behind that tree to the right of the green in the rough. I'm like,
You're gonna have to be more specific. There's a lot of trees out there.
Not next
It's
to the
the
green.
last. It's the last
It's
tree.
the last
I
tree
know
on the
what you're
right.
I know what you're talking
And
about.
I was like, fuck. And chipping's not the greatest thing on my skill list, but I chipped it and got it within like 3 feet of the pin. Safe par. I was like, all right. And then 18, put it right side of the fairway. Didn't take out the 3-wood. I learned my lesson on 9. Took out the hybrid, put it up on the left side of the fairway after that big ditch that's down there, and had about 100 yards left. And I stuck it. It was playing about 110 or 115, and I stuck a 9-iron to about 5 feet, and then proceeded to miss the birdie putt because it fucking died right at the pin. And then say par for the win.
Took home the piece of
for
wood.
the first one.
Took home the wooden platter, the new cutting board.
Hey,
Something his inmates are gonna turn into a shiv.
no,
and
they'll be
surprise
all
him
right.
with. Yeah,
They'll be
I
all right.
know. They're gonna serve you cupcakes on it like a platter.
I did have a fruity pebble cheesecake that somebody brought me for
Nice.
celebration. I was like, oh, this is delicious.
Nice.
It's not on the diet, but it was delicious.
Well, congratulations, dude. You got the first one out of the way.
Sorry, Alex.
I can
you
I
got
can
the
sit at
first
the
one
cool
out of
kids
the way
table now.
Yeah, not really a table. It's more like a, I don't know. I don't even know if it's a table. I think
More like a recliner.
It's like a folding table. But no, I mean, I will say Excelsior was in extremely good shape.
Yeah, it was.
Greens. Mike Parker was behind us, and when he finally on the back, they called up to us, and he goes, he's driving by me. He goes, man, I'm gonna kill Brandon. He told me these greens were lightning fast, and they're not fast. He goes, I'm leaving them like 7 feet short. I'm like,
Well, it's probably because he was hitting putts uphill, not hard enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. I just thought it was funny that Brandon told him they were lightning fast, and I
Well,
thought they
to
were
be
pretty
fair,
quick. I will say they
and-
were pretty quick.
They were pretty fast, but you also, to be fair, me and Mike were coming off of playing Colorado National on Friday or Thursday last week,
Mm-hmm.
and those greens were fast. That was like
Yeah.
Falcon Lakes, like middle of the summer, shaved all the way down fast.
Well, and
Like-
the guy in our group was like, "You think Jake has him cut it lower?" And I go, "No, he doesn't. No,
No.
they don't have that much pull."
They did roll them.
They did
They
roll
did.
them, but that's just the course's decision. That's not his decision. I mean,
Compared
he
to
can
Saturday,
suggest.
They were about
You
the
can
same
suggest pin
on Saturday,
placement.
maybe a little quicker on Sunday.
They're-
I mean, it was. I had a blast on the
I
front,
hit
man.
I hit one putt on the practice green on Sunday, and I was like, "Oh, they rolled them."
Oh yeah, it was quick. I mean, they were really, really quick. I mean, I had a bad day, but I mean, shot 37 on the front, and then things slowed down, and I lost my rhythm, and things got in my head. And
We were waiting, but we really didn't wait that
Those-
much.
Dude,
I know the
those
group
closest
behind
to the
us-
pins
What's up?
were making me so mad.
The closest to the pins?
I literally would have won every closest.
I would
to
have
the
won.
pin,
I would have won.
except for the one that was for our division. Like every par three, I hit it to like 10 feet or less. Would have been the name on the sheet, and then
I don't even
we
remember.
get to ours, and I hit it to like 30 feet.
Ours.
I don't even
ours
remember
was
if I hit a par 3.
ours was the downhill par 3 on the back. The first par 3 on the back.
Ours was the second one.
The
right
second
after that
par
one.
3 on the front, I put it within 3 feet. And I looked, I'm like, yeah, closest to pin. I walk up to Division 1. I'm like, fuck. Just my luck. It's like going to Chick-fil-A on a Sunday, dude.
Yeah, I almost that one that was yours, the downhill one on the back.
Yeah.
I almost hold out on that one.
I ended up birdieing that. I birdied that one, and I birdied 2.
I didn't hit a
birdied
par
2.
3.
I nuked a putt. I nuked a putt and pulled it left, and it just was the right. It was just the right pull, and it just went whoop, dropped right in. I was like, I felt so bad, dude. It felt
Shit.
so bad.
One of the
But
ones
it
on the
worked.
back.
It was ugly, but it worked.
The par 3 on the back that has the that grass bunker right in front of the green.
Mm-hmm.
I landed right on top of that fucking grass bunker, and I hit it. I felt like I hit a great shot.
Wait. The grass bunker. Do you mean on the front? The second hole, the second par 3 on the front has a grass bunker in front.
Right in front of it.
The first par 3 is
thinking
just
of-
basically surrounded by hills on the back. It's just everything is an uphill chip unless you go long.
Maybe, yeah,
And then
maybe.
the second par 3 on the back is
So
the
you're
one
thinking
where
of-
if you
you're
go
thinking of
right,
Yeah, it's
if you
the
go right, you're hosed.
yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, the second one on the front nine, but I landed right on top of that fucking grass bunker, Thought he hit a great shot, and it just goes whoop, whoop, right in front. I was like, God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this fucking sucks.
I was feeling so good on the front, and then the back just went to shit.
I feel like I played better on the front than I did the back, and
everything got in my head.
I shot one stroke better,
but that was our delightful experience at Excelsior Springs. It's always a good Excelsior Springs is always a good time. I like I said, if it was closer, I'd play there more. I would really like to get up there more and walk.
Yeah, I'd be a member there if I lived within 20 minutes of there.
And you wear cutoff shirts and jorts out there. It'd be fine.
No,
I can go hit golf balls into the hanger all day long.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely. But actually, and then coming up this weekend we have Annbriar, a two-day at Annbriar. As you're listening to this, we will be actually when you listen to this, you'll probably be listening during our practice round. We got a practice round scheduled at 10:50 on Friday. Lucky us, it is actually 30 minutes before their 4-ball tournament that they're having.
I bet say, you're not playing in the 4-ball?
No, I don't do that. I won't do the 4-balls.
You can only handle two at a time.
I did it at Mystic Dunes.
What's that?
I did it at Mystic Dunes, and I had to carry the team, and
I just don't want. I don't.
You get stuck with someone who's not having a great day, and you're just you're screwed.
Well, and
we can go pay what $50 for Annbriar, $50-$60, or we can go pay $150.
Yeah, it'll be me. It'll be me, you, and Brandon, and then the guy I'm staying with. His name is John Warner. Super nice guy, super awesome guy. He's got hella stories. He used to be a cop. He's got great stories. But he's let me stay at his place when we're out there, and I looked at it, and it's just across the river. It's nice. Not even. Yeah, so it's gonna be good. I'm excited. I'm excited to get out of town. I always liked Annbriar.
When we were in LaSalle on Friday, I was hitting driver for 6 hours basically when we were there, and so it was I told Mike, because Mike went with me. He just rode along, but he was I was like, man, it's a good thing I don't really need to hit other clubs, because Excelsior is basically just long drive on a golf course. And I was thinking about it, Annbriar is also basically just long drive on a golf course.
Pretty much. There's a lot of straightaways. You get to Annbriar, and the front nine,
hammer driver every hole.
The front nine at Annbriar is my favorite.
Liars.
The back nine is more Sycamore. It kind of reminds me of a nicer Sycamore. At least the layout. The front's wide open. When then you get to the back, and it's playing a little bit through the woods, a little narrower.
Well, it's just every tee shot's just hitting a ball down a chute. And I love that kind of golf course, because it's appealing to the eyeballs.
When we went last month or the month before? That was your first time.
Yeah.
Or when we went in March, wasn't it? Or April.
Yeah.
Sorry, April.
I've never been there yet.
It's one of 2 courses that I've ever played less than 5 holes and just been this place is fucking legit.
Yeah.
The only other place I've done that with is Chambers.
It's a legit.
Chambers is the only other course I've done that with.
We also had a really good group that day. It was me, you, Ziegler, and David. I'm gonna butcher
Shizinski.
David S. But yeah, we had a really good group. We had a really good day. Ziggy had an amazing day that day. He was shooting lights out. Matt got a hole-in-one. He's gonna try to recreate that one. There goes my PlayStation.
I'm gonna try and not recreate how I played the par 3s there.
Why? You hold it.
You got a hole-in-one. Shit. Do it again.
Every par 3, I hosel the golf ball except for that one.
Well, don't do that.
You should hit them all great and then hosel the one you hold in one. That way you can just kind of even out the universe.
Well,
By the way, I meant
I played from the parking lot.
I meant to go back. And tell you this. You told me that Brandon jinxed you. We hit number 10, and Brandon goes, "Man, we're playing at a really good pace." I'm like, "You fucker." You said the P word. And then lo and behold, the rest of the way we were waiting on the group in front of us.
I had an older guy from he's one of the Minder OGs. He's been playing the APT since Minder started it.
Yeah.
In St. Louis, and he was said something. We were on hole 14. I was like, man, the pace of play today has just been magnificent. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was he's like, is this normal? He's like, is this not normal? And I was like, No, dude, we usually play like 6 hour rounds every week.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
terrible.
mostly, I was like, a lot of it, like sometimes, I told him, like, sometimes Division 1 doesn't even finish in 5 hours because public play before him is just
Mm-hmm.
awful. And he was like, well, he was like arguing with me that it doesn't take this long every week. And I was like, he's like, oh, not in St. Louis. I was like, that makes sense. I was like, that's because St. Louis, Minder has a super good relationship with every course and they give them 8 a.m. tee times.
Mm-hmm.
That and they don't put public on in front or behind. Like they give them gaps.
That's why you guys play in 4 hours every week because that. But I told him, he's like, well, you guys would be getting docked if we were playing in St. Louis. And I was like, no, we wouldn't because we're all still finishing within the time limit. Like,
mm-hmm. I'm right behind the guys that I see off behind.
He gave me the stereotype old guy response, and he was like, I've been playing this a long time. He's like, this isn't this. It doesn't take that long to play around a golf in the APT, and I was like, yeah,
Okay, dude.
in St. Louis maybe. Like, this is like his second tournament he's ever played in Kansas City, and I was just
wish I had the Wayne's
sense.
World, diddly-doo, diddly-doo, diddly-doo. And I take you back in time to tell you a story about Deer Run. And yeah, it does. Sometimes you do play a 7-hour round in fucking APT. And trust me, that Deer Run round where we were 7.5 hours, and then the next day they came at us like saying, you guys got to play faster. It's like, you guys cart path only us on a PGA level course where the rough has not been cut.
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally, this is going to be, that's how it's going to be
happen
all day long. It's not going to, there's not going to be any better. I mean, everybody's pace of play was good, but like the group in front of us, they had like 3 guys that would go look for one golf ball and take forever. We saw one guy walk out in the fairway and then walk back to his cart and then walk back. Like they would cluster the carts and look for their golf ball, and then one would walk out and then walk back. He wouldn't even have a club in his hand. It's like, and we're standing on the tee box, like, come on, guys! Like it's
that's part of that golf etiquette. You just gotta just know the situation.
Exactly. Like, and and the way
look
me
for your golf ball. If the other 3 guys hit their shots, come over and give you a courtesy look. If you haven't found it by then, you're not gonna.
You're done.
Just go.
Yep.
Just go. Drop
Well, the way that me and Brandon and Nick did it when we played on Sunday was, I know where mine is. I'm gonna go hit my ball. I'll drop you off. I'll go hit my ball. I will come back to help. And then Brandon had his own cart. He would hit his ball, and then he would come over to help. We can't find take your drop and go. And that's how it goes. I mean, that's how you're supposed to do it. But I mean, I guess it took 3 people to go find it. I'm not bitter about it at all. But anyway, so that's the preview. Ambrier this weekend should be a blast. I love Ambrier. It's such a great course, and there's going to be a really good group of people. I told David we need to get all the KC guys together and go to like group dinner on Saturday night or something like that.
I'm calling it now. Getting the first 2-day win. Getting my first 2-day APT win.
I figured you were going to call picking the restaurant, but okay, yeah, he's calling it here. You've heard it here first on the Saving Par show. Matt is going to win the 2-day,
unlike all the other ones.
And all the other ones. So
unlike all the other ones.
Unlike all the other ones. There we go. I thought you said like the other ones. I mean,
I've been very close multiple times at 2 days, and I
came close.
Never been able to close the door.
I think I came close at Chambers. I took 3rd at Chambers, which was kind of.
I think the closest I've been to winning was the last D4 tournament I played at.
That was with us at
Kinderhook.
Kinderhook. Yep.
We fished 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Me, you, and Brandon.
That was the first
Brandon
ended
up winning.
Had a chance at.
Yep. Me, you, Brandon ended up going 1, 2, 3 at old Kinderhook. I haven't played Kinderhook since.
That was the first round of golf I ever played with Chris. Was at Kinderhook.
That's right. Didn't you stay? We all stayed at my parents' house.
No, it was remember it was you the first year. It was you, me, Hosenholt, and someone in the final group.
That is
when it rained out.
That's right. That was the year. That we got a text message from the speed up number to everybody go to the clubhouse. We went in the clubhouse and found out they pulled us off, not the course. Like, APT said you guys need to come off, and then like public place kept going. So when we got back on the course, we had to integrate with all of the public play. So, we had people scattered all around the course, and that was quite possibly the dumbest decision ever. Like, let the course, I get it, liability, but let the course mandate that. Let the course say, you guys need to come off. Like,
I'm excited. I'm excited for it this year.
Because I was on
What,
track to
Kinderhook?
win that one, and then
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to Kinderhook. Yeah, you were on track
It's-
to win that one last year.
It's Labor Day weekend. I figured you with the lake anyways.
95 with 5 birds guy. I was the
95
95 with 5 birdies guy for a year.
The what?
The 95 with 5 birdies guy. Because I shot a 95 with 5 birdies.
Nice.
And took second that day. Because
I think Hohenscheld ended up winning that one, didn't he?
Yep, he did.
Yeah, Ryan ended up winning that. I think I ended up in like 4th. And then the year me and Brandon and Andrew were in a group, I ended up in 2nd.
Yeah,
And then
Brandon,
I think the last year it was just trash. I didn't do shit. I didn't do anything. I don't know. I haven't decided on Old Kinderhook yet. We'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a lot.
You
of
know, it's
golf.
Labor Day weekend, right? I figured you'd be at the lake.
That's the day of rest, man. That's the day that they give for laborers. I mean, I'm not really a laborer. I sit in front of a computer all day. But that is our exactly. Getting carpal tunnel. So that is our preview and what's been going on and everything. Congratulations goes to Andrew.
Thank you.
Taking home that coveted first trophy. Cherry popped. Hopefully more to come. Hudson squeaking up a storm out there. Super excited to have a squeaky toy.
Trying to give Andrew the driver tank.
But Andrew brought up a fun topic he wanted to just get some discussion on, and that is he wanted to talk excuses on the golf course.
Yeah, like what do you heard? Because I heard plenty.
What have I heard, or what do I use? I mean, there's multiple. There's different.
We can go both.
There's different levels of this discussion. What have I heard, and what do I use?
I mean, I heard plenty on Sunday.
Actually, before we get into this, can I give you like the golf shower thought? You know how they have shower thoughts, where things like you're in the shower and you have like this like
epiphany,
peak epiphany of greatness, and you're like, why do they not do that, or why is this not like? I had one the other day. Why are ball washers not on around the greens?
Because you'd have to mark your ball, walk over to the ball washer, wash it. I feel like that'd be a huge pace of play issue.
It'd be easier if every cart just had the ball washer on the cart, like some of them do around here.
Well, I mean, either way, you're walking back to wash your ball. But I'm just saying.
But you can, when you're grabbing your putter, just pop it in the ball washer and go.
No, what?
I don't know.
No, you grab your putter and go to the green, and then you go back to wash your ball. But I'm just saying, it was just a little epiphany. It's like, why not just put the ball washers by the green? Make life better. No, it's a great idea. Drew pace of play. You've seen all the comments on KC Golf of people who think you should be able to take as much time as you want. Oh yeah, everybody's rushing me. I should be able to play a 5.5 hour round. You are not special. You do not get to play 5.5 hour rounds.
Or the ones that get upset for the people enjoying the round drinking and then they wouldn't let me through or whatever. It's like they're fine. They're like, you're just mad you got stuck behind a drunk crowd.
Yeah, well, I blame COVID for that. Bro golf became real big during the lockdown because it was the only thing you could do.
Yeah, they didn't learn the etiquette or nothing. They didn't learn the rules of golf or nothing.
But anyway, Andrew brought up the topic of golf excuses and what you've heard on the course, what you use yourself. So enlighten us, Andrew. You start us off. You brought up this topic.
The first obvious one is my back's fucked up. I can't swing.
Yeah, that's a pretty obvious one.
It's
that
what
what
I've
you
used. I've been using quite a bit. Although I haven't used it in the last couple of weeks because I haven't had much pain while I'm swinging. But
yeah. Oh man, I mean, you could
still
go
a good
through
one to have in the back pocket.
It is a good one to have in the back pocket.
I'll have it for a while. And then of course,
I feel like that's not one you could really like tell people it's an excuse because some people do have back problems.
Yeah,
But I mean,
then of course you got I heard this one a lot on Saturday. I put these clubs in the bag. I just want to see how they're doing, but they're not doing what I thought they were going to do.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Then why did you bring new clubs out to a golf tournament?
This is no offense to Division 5, but I would love to hear I would like to mic some up and hear the chatter on that.
Shit, we should just mic each other up for the next tournament just in general, just to.
We should. Oh my God, we should. I have some where we can do some recording, and then we can just pipe in But I mean, we would have to record. We would have to have somebody recording.
Yeah. Or do it in Branson while I got the camera out, And then,
Yeah, but we would have to use like the USB like microphones that connect
yeah,
or something like that, or that I don't know. How do they do it when they use the Apple AirPods? Because we could do that with the
I
AirPods
have
somehow.
I have no idea.
They would have to get video
I mean,
with it.
my personal favorite is when you pull a new glove out or something.
Oh yeah, it's not
You
working.
new glove. Don't know how to play golf yet.
Yeah, it's a new glove. Second golfer's always better, right?
I heard, you know how many times I heard the second golfer is always better this on
Yeah.
Sunday with guys I was playing with after they lose one or something. It's like no, just admit
Mudball.
you sucked.
Oh yeah.
I
it
feel
didn't-
like mudball's not really an excuse.
No,
That's a legitimate thing.
What, your ball?
mud ball.
Mud ball. Well, I mean, you can clean your ball.
No, I'm saying like if it's in the fairway or something.
Yeah, you're playing everything down. You can't clean it.
I feel like I need like a situation here to like tell myself what I like my excuses.
Say you
I
just
have-
say you just duck hook it to the right to the next fairway. I mean, I get for
it's
you
still
that's
a fairway. It's still a fairway.
wrong fairway
Okay.
found.
Okay. Matt,
I
you're
need
Matt.
like
Scenario. Close your eyes. We have a scenario.
I need like a scenario to like know what I'm
Here
doing.
it is. We're gonna get closer to the microphone for this one. You're walking from your cart. You grab your driver. You step up to the tee box. The grass, crisp, dewy. You put the tee into the ground, a little higher than usual. You step up. You rear back. You fire. You shank it hard right. What's coming out of your mouth?
Probably just yelling at the ball to draw, if I'm being honest.
We're looking for excuses here, bud.
Draw.
Hold on. We're going back to the close microphone thing.
Or I have or the
Hold on.
haven't
We're
done
going
that
back
one
to the
all
close
day.
microphone thing. It's really bad. Like I'm talking like you can tell that there's no way it's coming back.
Probably a driver drop and yelled at Andrew to toss me another one.
That happens quite frequently.
No real.
There's I'm not a big like excuse person on the real big misses that I just know are just like bad golf swing.
Yeah.
Bad golf swing.
I know mine. Mine's always I'll literally hit that shot and it'll be like if I slice the shit out of it.
Fire.
Like I was on
fire a lot.
point. I was on point like Excelsior. My driver was working really well. And then on the back I started using more arms than I started using like instead of rotating. I started using more of my arms and that's when things start getting out of control. And I know exactly what it is. You hit it like, yep, that was all arms. And you know for a fact it's all arms. Or that or I'm not pausing in my backswing to load or I know exactly what it is. I'm not going to make an excuse on that.
I use flyer a lot.
Use fire.
Oh, flyer.
Flyer.
Like fire line.
Oh, caught a flyer.
Oh.
Yeah, when I accidentally pull the wrong club and swing too hard. Or I
Oh.
pull the right club and swing too hard. Yeah,
I think my
Flyer's a big one.
absolute
Got a flyer off the putter this weekend.
I think my absolute favorite excuse that I've heard, and I think the last time I heard it was at Sycamore Ridge, and it wasn't even during a tournament. The cart girl stopped on the backside of the par 3, and the guy in our group was like, "Oh man, she had to stop right there." Like her position had nothing to do with your shot. Like had nothing to do with it. I mean, now if she was like driving while you were hitting, I could see that a little bit, but you definitely
You
know.
just hit it bad.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh man, I can't believe she stopped right there.
Oh, the worst is you get the excuse and then you get the club slam on the ground or on the cart or some shit.
Yeah, I will
Like
say
make up your mind. Either club slam it or give an excuse.
I will say though, I used
That's why I'm a big proponent of the club drop. Just get that juju out of there.
my putter got
As soon as you
dropped
get that bad shot, just release.
on the back nine. My putter got dropped on Sunday. I didn't throw it. It wasn't really a throw. It was more like a toss. Like I just tossed it in the air on the side of the green and
I can't toss
off
my
the
putter.
green.
I can't toss my
I
putter. Then I got to
tossed
buy
it
it
up.
from Matt. I got
Well,
back mad if I do that.
I tossed it up, and then my automatic response was, I'm scared of it, which is true. I got scared of the putt. It was a downhill putt, and I didn't want to overhit it, and I got scared of it, and I ended up leaving it short. Which, most cases you'd rather be long on a downhill putt than short because now you just got to putt downhill again. Yep. So, but that's the nature of the beast, and I mean that's my excuse. I just got scared of it. But I mean, I
heard.
I mean,
I heard I'm scared of the putt all fucking day Sunday with one of the guys I was playing with.
I feel like I don't like in tournaments. I don't really use a whole lot of excuses. It's just kind of like, sucked on that one. Now when we're just like playing, we got all the excuses in the world.
Absolutely.
Well, it's funny because this is one. Me and Mike, when we were playing Colorado National, the marshal said something, and he was like, "And you see those mountains?" He goes, "No excuses today." And Mike was just like, "Oh no, we got plenty of those." And he goes, "See those mountains over there? You can't blame those for missing your putts either." And he's like, and Mike said something, and then he's like, "You guys do that, you'll shoot the course record." And I was like, "Oh, I'll shoot the course record at some point during the round." I was like, "It might just only take me 9 holes."
That's funny. Yep. They. I mean. Okay. Let's take it a step further. Say you're in a tournament round. And you're cruising. What would throw you off? Like, what would throw you off that you would want to make an excuse? I mean, I made mine on Sunday. I'll be honest to God with you. I made mine on Sunday, but it's also.
Well, mine used to be pace of play.
Mine is pace of play.
Big excuse. Mine used to be that one, but now that doesn't really bother me anymore, so that's out of the window.
Pace of play gets in my head because I get into a rhythm. Like, I like being in a rhythm and being, not having to sit, get cold, wait. Like, when you have to sit on a tee box for 10 minutes, that's when things get I get a little salty. I'm like, we were at a great pace, and then all of a sudden. But that's mine. That's mine.
I mean, shit doesn't really bother me on the course. I mean, shit, I've swung fine through people talking and all that shit. But what I don't like is the awkwardness. Like, say if somebody hits a bad shot and then just immediately slams their club into the cart, and you're just sitting like, what do I say?
Yeah, that's
like how do I go about this?
It gets really awkward.
Are you sitting in the cart?
I'm driving the cart. I'm driving the cart, and they're just in the shot and slam it.
I've been guilty of that.
And then the next shot, they proceed to
I usually make
top a 3-wood and chunk their 3-wood all the way across the fairway. So then, as you go to their chunk ball, you got to stop and pick up the 3-wood.
Okay, I will admit I have never thrown a club that far to where I have to drive to pick it up. Like, I'll toss it back to the cart in anger, but then after that, it's like, meh, move on. I'm guilty of a few of those. I will admit. I'm guilty of a few of those.
I mean, I'll slam the club on the ground, but
everybody's guilty of that.
I won't slam it against the cart.
I'm a big proponent of the club drop off the tee box, as you guys know.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew saw it on Saturday when I shanked the pitching wedge on a tee box.
Bryson DeChanko?
Exactly. Just keeping the brand right.
Yeah, exactly. You got to do that.
But so that one, but like I'm a big proponent of the club drop on the tee box because like it just helps me like forget the shot basically.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's a mental thing for me. If I club drop, like I'm good, and like I'm not really mad about the shot anymore. And then, but as far as throwing clubs, the only time I've ever like remotely even come close to throwing a club, I toss wedges a lot. If I hit a bad chip shot or something, I'll toss a wedge. Like instead of like dropping the wedge off the side of the green, I'll like toss it back towards the cart.
I've done that.
Like,
I'll toss it. I'll toss a wedge over to the cart or something.
And then I'll angrily like fucking have the putter and just fucking do that with the head cover.
I will say at Excelsior, and I've done it. I mean,
that's not a toy.
I don't do it often. But I will say though, I did have a triple at Excelsior, and I missed the last putt, and it was a tap in, so I just whacked it across the green and said "fuck it" and walked away. I have been notorious for that when I get super angry about it, but that was my own doing. There was no excuse for that one. I got so in my own head that it was hard to it's hard to beat yourself. You could be the best golfer in the world, but the biggest villain is that thing between your ears every time. But
I don't need to beat myself. I got Haley for that.
yeah, I know. Dude, I've seen the bruises.
I know.
I've absolutely seen the bruises.
I've seen the police reports.
We're gonna go off subject here, and I need a rugby guy's thought process. But Reese Lightning that signed with the Chiefs. How do you feel about him doing kickoffs?
I think it's a great idea.
They are talking about, because of the new kickoff rule, they're talking about using him and Justin Reed potentially as kickers. But do you think as and again, this is off subject, but do you think as a rugby kicker he could kick the ball that far, like out of the end zone into the end zone, or maybe a short yardage?
Yeah,
because most of the stuff they do is mainly short yard.
So it's just like a safety every time now.
No, it's not. It's actually the kicker is lone down by like the 40, and then everybody else lines up at like the 30-yard line. The other team lines up at the 20, and then the returner is at the 20, so that everybody's not gaining speed for high pace impact.
So they're doing like what the
XFL does, yeah, or the UFL does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're doing that. What's that?
I think it's. Because if you give it to Butker, he's just gonna kick it out the back every time.
Yeah, any kicker is gonna do it.
But my thing is
the thought process.
You let that guy kick it. You just have an extra, like with how it's set up. It's almost like a set play now. So
they anticipate
like in rugby, you have set plays, but now it's almost like I feel like there's going to be a lot bigger chance for big returns, and it makes more sense to have a guy that can tackle.
That's why they want Reed. That's why they want Reed or him. That's why they want Reed or him, because Reed and him can tackle, and they've got speed, and Butker's too valuable at kicking field goals. I just want to throw that out there because I heard it today, and I was like, I want to know what Matt thinks from a rugby mindset about a rugby guy doing kickoffs and the distance that he would be able to. He might even be able to do field goals as a backup kicker.
I think it's a good idea.
I honestly, I think he's gonna be phenomenal. I think he's gonna be really underrated.
Kicking kicking's even more of a part of rugby than it is football.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
we got off.
If you play rugby, you have to be good at kicking a football. If you're kicking a ball, if you're in the back line. So
yeah. Well, we definitely got off subject there. Is there anything else anybody wants to talk about this evening? I really didn't have an agenda. We came into this just completely blind.
The bet.
The what? Oh, the bet.
The bet.
What was that thing about the guy who's running the podcast is supposed to remember everything?
Yeah, he's kind of distracted at the moment because he's out of drink. I'm out of memory juice. Matt, give us the bet. Let's hear this.
So we're sitting at Sycamore after the Stableford. We're talking about something.
I don't know why. I was just wanting to do
and that. So we're sitting there and we're talking about some course. We're talking about a couple courses that are like 73, 7,400 yards from the tips. And I was like, where's that shit in Kansas City? Because we have Falcon Lakes, which is 7,000 from the tips.
Okay.
We have a couple places that are like 7,000 from the tips, but they're most of them are private. And there's Falcon Lakes, which is 7, but it's such an easy golf course from the tips out there.
What's Creekmore? What's Creekmore from the tips?
Creekmore is like 72, I think. 72 or 73. But Falcon's I'm yeah, the tips at Falcon Lakes is 7,000, but that's such an easy golf course from the tips because it opens the course wide open.
Mm-hmm.
It super opens the course out there. And it's really not, it doesn't play that long most of the time anyway. But then we were talking about Creekmore. And so me and Jake, I don't remember if we shook on it or not, but it was a unofficial, now official because it's announced on the podcast.
Yeah, it's official now. Stamp of approval.
Put $100 on me. He said he would put $100 on me not breaking 85 from the tips at Creekmore. And I was like, I think I can do that. I was like, I'm pretty sure I've done that before. And he was like, he's like, I'll put $100 on it. And I was like, I'll put $100 on me beating 85 from the tip.
I think you could do that. I mean, I think I shot a 92 when we played the tips.
But I think as long as my driver's cooperating, easy peasy. But
Yeah.
so officially,
But you get one driver. You don't get multiple balls either.
I will say when I was there on Monday.
I don't even do that often.
I will say when I was there on Monday,
rounds,
that first par, number 9 par 5, they moved the tee box damn near to the street. The tips is damn near to the street now. They were that was under construction and they finished it, and we drove by it on Monday and we're like, what in the hell? You get that? You get that hole with that southern wind that we get in the summer and fall.
Make your par.
Or the summer wind from there. Good God, that plays so freaking long.
They can't play any fucking longer than Colorado National did. That course is 7,500 from the tips. We played 3 par 5s straight into the wind. The stock yardage was 670 plus on all these par 5s. Nope. Every single par 5 out there from the tips is 670 or longer. And we played every single one of them dead into the wind, and they were probably playing close to 750, and I made par on all of them. So,
good Lord, that's too
much for me. You want a fucking cookie for that shit?
I'll pass. I want a cookie.
I'll pass.
But
wow,
don't tell Alex.
Wow, did you hear that? So here it is. You heard it here first. The bet between Jake Engelbrake and Matt Thorman. You have to shoot you have to break 85 from the tips at Creekmore.
Tournament rules.
Tournament
85.
Golf rules. Okay. Golf rules. We'll just call it golf rules. But anyway, that's gonna do it for us. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here, skedaddle.